Right, well, hello everybody, how are you? Hope you're all safe, hope you are all well. You joined me out and about today, glorious day, on another test ride, and this time it's all the way to the USA, or in our case, Northampton. I'm out on the 2025 Indian Chieftain PowerPlus Dark Horse. There is a mouthful, but we're there in the end. Yes, we're here out on this absolute tank of a bagger with Motorcycle World, and yeah, I haven't rode a bike this shape size since the day me and Red used to ride Harley Davidsons down in Watford. So really excited, a little bit nervous because it's a big old beast, but yeah, let's see how we get on. Right, let's get straight into it. So first things first, what does Dark Horse actually mean? Well, this is the Chieftain Dark Horse, the PowerPlus, and the Dark Horse basically means that we get this much slicker look at the front. I'll put a photo of the front of this bike up right now. Gone is the boxy fairing from the Indian Challenger, and what comes in is this really slick batwing styled curved fairing. It looks rather cool, doesn't it? It looks rather sexy. It does apparently serve a purpose for the aerodynamics. It does make this bike a little bit more slicked and sort of go forth in its pursuit of power, because God, that's what this is all about, a bit of power, along with the comfort, of course. But let's talk about power, let's talk about the engine. We have a 1,834cc, I believe, 112 cubic inches, single overhead cam V-twin, PowerPlus V-twin, producing 126 brake horsepowers and just over 181 newton meters of torque. My goodness, you could pull down a horse with that. And yeah, you'd need to, wouldn't you? Because my God, this thing isn't light. Which I can tell you just from the 5 minutes I've had on it, this thing is 366 kilograms of weight. Oh my goodness. However, worth mentioning that is lighter than the Indian Challenger, and a lot lighter than the Indian Roadmaster. That thing weighs about 420. I did the mistake there of turning my handlebars, which I shouldn't do, because if I lose my footing on this bike, I ain't keeping it up, am I? That goes without saying. So the engine is quite great actually. The single overhead cam and 4 valves per cylinder design actually give this bike a lot of rev range, a lot more up there, a lot more power higher up the rev range than your traditional pushrod V-twin. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping we're going to get onto a road where I get to open this up a little bit more and yeah, take it through the gears and push it through some corners. And obviously maybe not what this bike's designed to do, but Indian have given it the possibility to be a lot more fun than perhaps some of what maybe their focus has been over the years. Oh, I tell you what, you can feel the torque rushing through the bike. I bet that's really fun on an open road. Speaking of open roads, obviously this bike, isn't it? It's destined to be on roads like the Valley of Fire and Tail of the Dragon. And you look at what we're putting it through right now. Look at how narrow this road is. You know, the conditions probably not the greatest as well, compared to what it's like out there in the States, where this bike would probably feel a little bit more at home. But still fascinated nonetheless to see how this gets on with the narrow roads. I'm not obviously the best rider on a bike like this, because I don't ride this bagger style very often, you know, if at all. I couldn't tell you the last big bagger I rode, but I'm just so intrigued. So we're going to get on some national speeds now, and we're going to go through it. Already that torque is exceptional. That torque is quite something. The bike rips you, you're so comfortable, you're so planted, but as you twist that throttle, there is that, oh, you can't, you know, unmistakable tug. Your body weight shifts as you start to pull the throttle more and more, wanting more and more power and more torque more than anything. And if I was a bit higher up the RPM range, 3,000, 4,000, it would be interesting to see when does that turn from torque to power? But yeah, that's only a short little burst of what this is capable of. That's by no means anywhere remotely the whole song and dance. Whilst we're just going through this little section here, it gives us a great opportunity to talk about tech. So what have we got? We have got blind spot warning lights. We have got rear collision warning lights. Not sure what that one is, to be honest with you. It's got bike hold hill start, which you'd definitely want on a bike like this if you are, for whatever reason, going up a steep incline and feel the need to stop. As standard, keyless ignition. A lot of manufacturers are introducing that now and making it no longer like a special extra or anything like that. It's just part of it. We do have ABS, thank goodness. We have intertwined brakes, so you pull the front lever and the rear brake applies and vice versa. So that's quite good. It works itself all out. You don't have to mess around with all this. We do have some horses, and being on a mighty big V-twin, yeah, absolutely not ideal. So I'm going to get past these first before I keep yammering on. Okay, and that's actually been quite good for us because it's given us a bit of a gap. So let's go after the rest of the group, throw it into the first corner, nice as you like. God, it handles really well. God, it handles well. It's a big old bit of kit. Yet it just doesn't feel like a big old bit of kit. I've got to be honest with you, that actually feels quite sporty. Definitely, obviously not, going to be knee, obviously not knee down or anything like that. And I mean that even with the lean angles, not knee down. But wow, that's quite fun. Coming from a ZZR rider, so the style of bike I ride is a lot different to this big American bagger. Yeah, that was really fun to have this ginormous bike, this huge frame. Speaking of the frame, actually, what this might lead really nicely into is this is built on a really stiff aluminium frame, so that's really sporty. It's designed for fantastic handling. That's what this bike is designed for. I'm built on that frame, and with the power of that engine, they want this to be a little bit of a sleeper, something that doesn't look fast, but quite, throws you, quite, gives you quite a surprise. I mean, 126 brake horsepower is nothing to be scoffed at, is it? Not only that, this comes with Brembo brakes, dual rotors and everything. This thing's nuts. It's got inverted front forks. That's crazy. Inverted front forks. I think the rear's just like a single hydraulic preload adjustment, like nothing too special. That one's just a single shot. It is what it is. But at the front, where it all really matters, inverted forks, stiff aluminium frame to build this bike on, and then that engine. Oh yeah, Indian. I see you. I see what you're trying to do. Don't fancy the turning circle, my talent. I'm sure the turning circle isn't great anyway, but oh, these guys are going to make it look so slick, aren't they? They're going to make it look so easy. Oh. I'm nervous for the right reasons, by the way, guys. If you would like to know, this bike, starting price is just under £28,000. £28,000. Huh. It's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money. I know it's a lot of bike, but my goodness, I'm not sure £28,000 is appropriate, for any bike, really. So I just wanted to interrupt myself. Thank you very much. I just wanted to interrupt myself while I got out of that junction. So much concentration and then to talk in this review. Yeah, not ideal. It's just going to be back the way we came, so I won't film too much. I'll give some concluding thoughts in a moment, but just on the price and the competition, the problem I find when it comes to price point for these type of bikes is, let's look at the competition of this bike just after I've had a bit of a blitz. So competition for this bike would be stuff like the Harley Davidson Street Glide, the Harley Davidson Ultra Limited, the Harley Davidson Road Glide, and all of those bikes are in the high 20,000s, and I think the Ultra Limited starts off just over the 30,000. So it's unthinkable the amount of money for a motorcycle, but that's what these cost. So if you want one, you're gonna have to cop it up. Right, let's talk about the dash and the instruments. Obviously a lot going on. I like the size of this screen. I'm a bit confused really about everything that's going on it. Your navigation's here to the side, and then you've got your compass down here at the bottom. You've got your engine, you've got your battery voltage there. It's so big. Is there a need for it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure there is a need for it. Saw those horses again. There's obviously the healthy mixture between digital, analog. I don't look at that number 3, so that's your gear indicator, and look at, I don't know, that just bothers me, stuff like that. Like, I can tell obviously it's in 3rd gear, but that doesn't look the best 3 in the world. And I just don't see the point of that ginormous battery voltage. I do not see the point of a compass. So maybe in the States this all makes more sense, but here in the UK I'm not sure. As for the instruments, I'm alright actually. I quite like it. Nothing is too clustered. If you look to your right and look to your left at these handlebars, there's a good amount on each one. They haven't just tried to cram one on and like one side of it. All of the buttons are quite nice to touch on the thumb. They're quite reachable. They're quite user friendly. That's really cool. So in conclusion, a remarkable machine, absolutely remarkable machine. Coming from someone like me who rides a ZZR 1400, nearly 200 brake horsepower motorcycle, I obviously value a bit of performance. I value a little bit of speed and all that, all the power and all that jazz. And this obviously doesn't look the kind that would ever focus on that. But I honestly think that's what they've done. There's so much that points towards this being quite sporty. The stiff aluminium frame, the Brembo brakes at the front, that engine. My goodness gracious me, the inverted front forks. I have just got to say, even again, just for the conclusion, the engine is remarkable. It's very, very special. So much power, so much torque. You really feel it want to rip you to shreds, pull you forward, but so controlled. You know what I mean? Like it's not an animal or anything like that. It can be, but that V-twin just smooths everything out. Very grunty. Just what a proper V-twin should be, Very, very cool. The rest of it, the comfort is fantastic. The instruments down here are very well laid out, very well spaced. The dash, that's probably my only negative. This is just a bit outdated, and there's so much pointless information, and why it's so big, I don't know. And then just weird things like your fuel gauge being here, which is also digital, and I just don't understand why you just didn't throw it down here. This is Apple CarPlay as well, this whole unit, so that's quite cool, but I don't know, it just looks a bit dated to me. And the numbers there for the gear indicator, well, they're in my opinion, they're just rubbish. So yeah, still not the the miles are there as well, and it's just very basic, very dry. You know what I mean? It's not very exciting to look at, and it's odd. But yeah, everything else makes sense. You've got your USB down there, so you can charge your phone or anything that you want to potentially attach here up front. Not sure what that would be, but yeah, that's up to your discretion. And price point, I mean, wow, price point is immense. This is obviously a very, very expensive bike. They all are, aren't they, nowadays? They're all very expensive machines. But yeah, someone will definitely buy this. In terms of the PowerPlus as well, if I want to talk about the dark horse of this bike, that's so cool. It looks the business, this bike. Right, almost back at Motorcycle World in Northampton. I just want to give them a massive, massive, massive shout out. Thank you so much for putting this on. Thank you so much for having the guys come out and lead the rides today. It's been awesome for someone like me, obviously sports tourer rider, to get on something like this. I don't do that very often, do I? So to be able to get on a bike the size of this, it's fantastic. It definitely opens up my eyes to a wider, broader range of motorcycles that I wouldn't always get to ride. So I'm really satisfied with this bike. I actually really enjoy this bike. Yeah, I think one day there's definitely a bagger in there for me. I really do, because I don't know, there's just something about when you're sat on this thing. Don't get me wrong, it's heavy, it's, you know, hard to move around, etc, etc. But there is something about being on this and the whole image, you know, associated. I think it's really cool. Maybe I've just watched too much Sons of Anarchy. But yeah, we're about to rock up to the dealership now, so I won't waste all your time showing me struggling to park the damn thing. Not unless something fun and funny happens. But yes, there's Motorcycle World over there, Indian and Honda dealership. Big shout out to them. Come and check them out. Really nice guys. And go into the cafe. Go speak to Linus. Really nice lady. All the cakes, all the food in there is exceptional. Right, hope you guys have all enjoyed. If you have, slap a like on the video. Whatever you do, leave a comment, because I would love to hear from you. That's why I do this. And yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing so, because it goes a long way to help me out. So until then, stay safe, stay beautiful. I've managed to park it with absolutely no problems. And can I get it into neutral with no problems? No, I can't, because that's second. That's neutral. Well done. Until the next time, cheers guys.